YouTube. My name is Scott, and welcome to another edition of Opinions No One Cares About. Except I don't think that'll be the case this time. I kind of enjoy reaction videos. Those videos that people put up of themselves reacting to other people's content are kind of cool, and I was thinking of doing it myself. But as I'm filming this, it's the first week of June 2020. There have been protests and riots across the country and the world, set off by the murder of a black man by a racist cop. A cop whose fellow officers stood by and did nothing to stop him, despite bystanders begging him to stop and the victim saying that he couldn't breathe. And to me, that seemed a little bit more important to talk about than showing you my reaction to, say, epic rap battles of history's next new upload. It's times like this that I flash back on my first video. I titled it, "History Doesn't Repeat Itself, but It Rhymes." It's a quote from Mark Twain that I managed to mess up since he said, "It often rhymes, but it's no less true." I mean, how much rhyming have we seen so far? A black man attacked by the police on camera, setting off race-based riots? I'm old enough to remember LA in 1992. Military police shooting at civilians? Sounds a lot like Kent State in 1970 to me, unless you're going to get technical and remind us that it was the National Guard who did that. A country full of Nazis supported by a leader who got spooked and hid in a bunker? We're going all the way back to 1945 here. I bring up the rhyming thing because it's all happening again. Despite the added problems of a worldwide pandemic, it's like there's a cycle that has started anew, but this time it's escalating. Like if in It, Pennywise woke up after 27 years, but spread his influence beyond Derry to all those other small towns in Maine that Stephen King made up. That's kind of where we are right now, as a country. Look at it this way. In 1992, 4 police officers were acquitted of the crime of beating a black man on camera, and Los Angeles burned. Here we are 28 years later, where 1 cop out of 4 that were involved in the outright murder of a black man on camera gets a charge that doesn't really seem to fit the crime, and now we've got protests all over the world. Should we be preparing for a worldwide riot when another cop gets acquitted for going on a murderous rampage through a historically black college campus in 2048? Of course not. Climate change will have killed us all by then. And let's not forget another rhyme, the response. This kind of thing has happened so many times that I'm sure we could all come up with a list of people who were killed and whose murderers got away with it. And sure, it wasn't always cops. But when it has been cops, the response from their defenders always seems to be the same. There are some bad apples out there. And it's kind of telling that they never finished the expression, wouldn't you say? Because if they did, it would kind of give the game away for them. If you know it, say it with me. I'm going to assume, because I can't hear you or see you. A few bad apples spoil the barrel. John Oliver did this really brilliant piece on police accountability back on his show. I'll include the link in the description below. I don't want to spoil it, but he cites instances of cops who are called rats by their fellow cops because they informed higher-ups about the crimes they were committing. Cops who find it surprisingly easy to just quit the police department they're working with and get a job with another police department. And in a few cases, some of those higher-ups in question telling the officers beneath them to purge their files of things that might make them look bad. And I'm no great genius, but I'm sure those things are still huge problems, even though that video was made 4 years ago. So now we come to the last part of the rhyme. What happens next? I think people are already saying, this time things will be different. Problem is, they said that the last time, and the time before that. Pretty much every time this has happened. The way I see it, the only thing that's going to be different this time is the fact that there's a worldwide pandemic going on. So we're going to end up with an increased number of COVID-19 cases among the people who decided to go out and protest. The idea of this leading to a major overhaul of every police department in the country is laughable. And sadly, it's not the good kind of laugh. At this point, even a minor overhaul doesn't seem that likely. And I know that I'm not the best person to be talking about this. I mean, I live in Vermont. I grew up in Vermont. One of the whitest states in the entire country. I literally didn't even go to school with a kid whose skin color was different from mine until about the 6th grade. I've been pulled over by the police many times, but I've never been worried about what they were going to do. It was more about, was my license expired? Did I not have insurance? Was I driving with a suspended license? Those things have all happened, by the way, to me. But I was never worried that a cop was going to get violent or pull a gun on me. The only thing I was worried about was, how many tickets am I going to get? And how much are they going to cost? The idea that a cop would pull a gun on me at a traffic stop, I can't fathom it. I don't worry about my kids getting in trouble with the police over nothing at all. I mean, I just don't understand. And I have to be honest, it's not that I don't want to understand. I would prefer it if the situation in the country changed to the point where people whose skin was a different color didn't have to understand that either. If they didn't have to teach their kids, you're going to be treated differently because of the color of your skin. The thing that people have been saying that they've been working on pretty much since this country was founded. But what you have to remember is the Constitution was written partially by slave owners. They included things in it like all men are created equal, and, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and then turned around and included a part where slaves only counted as 3/5 of a person. So we've kind of been dealing with this hypocrisy from the very beginning. I don't know if it's ever going to end, but, they say hindsight is 20/20, and it's 2020. This is a good place to start, right? Well, that's another video down. Thanks for letting me vent on that a little bit. I kind of needed it. I was intending for this channel to be, like a lighthearted, nerdy thing, but this is too serious to ignore. So, now you've seen my response. And the next time I have a response video, it probably won't be like this. You know all the YouTube stuff to do if you like the video. Comment, share, subscribe, all the deals. And until next time, my name's Scott, and this has been Opinions No One Cares About. Everyone has their opinions. This one was mine.